This is going to be an exciting episode. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here, and D-Day has happened in June 1943. So they've upped it by approximately, because it's 2 weeks per turn or whatever, so it's not exactly sure the date, but approximately a year from history. And this is looking to be an impressive D-Day. I don't right now think they're going to defeat us or anything, but if you notice, if these are escorted landing forces, they're coming around here, and we have a completely open port here. We've got just sort of garrison forces in some of these other places. I had pulled out the garrison here to hold that port, but this area is very vulnerable. Again, if one or both of these looks like they're an invasion force, they're going to come up in the northern Netherlands as well. Nothing appears to be happening out in Norway. Wait. At this point, well, I don't know how many, what forces, because we see that, whatever that means, and we see these things here. Whatever exactly they mean, I don't know. You know, as in, what are these likely forces and what is the possibility of the American forces? Britain's limited. I mean, it has stuff, but and this is only one American corps, infantry corps, is ashore so far, and looks like more coming here. But a lot of British forces. But I could easily see the idea of, if you would put ashore, you know, a couple of corps somewhere around here and cut this off and just sort of pushed, just, you know, to like, oh my God, we've got to, you know, deal with that too. Right, so we have a lot to deal with this episode. But before we get started, yep, you know it, you were expecting it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see you here more often. Okay, well, we're going to move you back out of the way. We can move you to here. Oh, let's turn that down. Dead. Yeah, all right. And we probably need to shift back some of our other forces we had up for Adler Tag, but well, yeah, I may be overreacting. Oh no, undo. I meant to move the air unit. Definitely this one, because it's not on a hex with a unit protecting it. Some of those may stay, but these are definitely being moved. So I'm not yet concerned that all is lost. We still have things happening out here, but that is not a serious threat. Okay. Well. Four to one, good. But it looks like there's follow-up forces behind that. As well as more units there. Okay, you can't move. I think maybe you did move from some other location. We attack Well, so do an airstrike on the naval unit there. Good. Okay, they did not find the ships. Okay. There's two. Damage one. Good. Now can 8 1-to-1. Do we want to give up this space? Now here it's not that difficult to consider, unless we want to come down here with this. Oh boy. Okay. Not giving up the Paris garrison just yet. We have a certain amount of rail lift capacity, and we may be, or we'll need to see about using much of it here. Okay, so an emergency lift of you. Well, can we? Where can we get to? Okay, we can get to here and here and up to there. Okay. That's what we're seeing down here. I'm gonna get you to there. I don't know how far they're going to come over, but let's move you. We're going to airstrike that. No battle this turn. Okay. We're going to use some of these divisions to deal with forces here. While we move some of the corps west. Yes, we still have these battles going on, but we need to focus over here. Right, well, yes, this needs to come down to here, I think. And three to one, okay. Switch you from alert tag duty as we had been doing to ground attack. Good. Oh wow, that weakened them heavily. Gentle, very good. So I'm going to pull you back to here. And then ground operations. There we go. Weaken them somewhat. The air unit here. The airborne unit. I think we're going to move that to here. And with those. Yes, I see the liver penalty. I think it was worth doing. Okay, got that down. What is the odds? 4 to 1. Well, let's use some air power. Some more air power. To weaken that. I really don't want to come off the port right now if I can help it. And still crush this. Okay, they retreated back, which is not a bad option because they're going to come up here. All of them, they're going to get crushed. We're going to move the paras up to the coast. Paratroopers, yes, I understand that to fly. We weren't flying, we were marching. Paras with sore feet, yes. There. 2 to 1, let's. That reasonably hard. Okay, well, let's see again. What would that be? 3 to 1. Oh, I want better odds than that. I really want to crush it before they get more forces. No, they can't stack, so they're going to swing around. 8 to 1. There we go. They surrendered. Almost as if it was another. Yep. Okay, you can come over into here. That way gives us. I mean, they may come way out here. I understand. As long as we're holding the port and with the mines, that's going to be a little bit harder. They can come into there potentially, but we still have more units from the east that we can move. Okay, down here. That's out of range for you. Three to two. Okay, well. 3 to 1. Good. They surrendered and moved back to the port hold there. You, I think, moved to there. These guys had been in port ready to move, but you come down and secure that port. There we go. So now we have this port at least secure. They aren't going to push the 3rd SS Panzer Corps off of the port. They might land next to it and might require a significant battle to get them destroyed. Because here, obviously, we were uber ready for anything. I really, quite honestly, I wasn't. I know they talked about it in early D-Day, but I wasn't quite expecting it just yet. But because we were getting ready to destroy all their air power, or we were destroying their air power to get ready for our invasion, and we ran into theirs. Okay, well, I want to move you. Let's see where to. Okay, well, you can come all the way down to here. I don't know why he couldn't be. I don't. Yeah, that's good. I'm thinking a bit more up there too, but we have. Okay, we're going to move you down to there. We're going to come back here and get this guy. So I'm going to put him right on the port. We'll defend the port better there. And I think I have enough to move one more core. Let's see, can you make it there? Oh, no, we don't. Okay, we don't have enough to move any more core. Can we move a division? Yes, we can move a division. Division is still better than no division. Moved. We're going to put you up here. Okay, just to sort of hold that flank. I know we had a couple of divisions in here. Okay, so that is our response to D-Day. Bunch of air attacks on both landed forces and ships along, shipping along the coast, but presumably both naval and invasion forces. So far destroyed all the beachheads that they have formed. They can still land all around here. They can land in here. Of course, they can come around and land in here. Now, though, here is more or less a continuous line. I guess I can come here on the there, but this is a continuous line of defense. And yeah, there is open room here, but I think we can still shift forces before they turn our flank and rush down on us. At the moment, I don't think we need the North Africa forces, either the Italians or the German forces down here, but since this will be moved on the Italian budget, and we were sort of planning on using them potentially in, well, potentially going east to fight in the Ural Mountains or out here. See, with all the forces there, let's secure you to there. Move the Alpines there. And let's do this. I was thinking there, but there's a fair amount of other forces that we can shift. Okay, so the Italians are being useful, hopefully, at least holding the coast a bit more. Go up to Rostov. Now there's no longer a winter, we can march around a lot better. Mentioning that, let's see what we can do here. Okay. We had an air loss there. Another air loss there, so that ain't so good. But, well. Yeah, I see that, and I see that, but I'm hoping we've gotten them down to 16 strength, so that's disorganizing 1 to 1. Okay, well, see if we do this attack 2 to 1, which of course means I should have put the air there, but yeah, I think they hold, take heavy damage 3 to 1, they surrender. They can come in there. So next, well, 1 to 1. Let's. They hold. We take some damage there. I don't want to take that, you know, retreats. Okay. Some hard fighting still. Definitely some hard fighting still. They're done as a, you know, major power, major threat, but we still need to grind these units down. I don't know how they're theoretically, I get, you know, still supplying that mech unit in there. And they have that armored core there, and the rest is just rather weakish forces. We'll be mopping that up eventually. If they could do naval invasions over here, this is where they should be doing them. Yes. Well, I say that and then think, well, of course, if they do naval invasions there, then we plunge into Britain and conquer it, then that's not where they should be doing it. But if through air and naval power, if they could stop our invasion of Britain as well as land power, because you know if we drop some paras or land some forces there, if they could push that back into the sea, if they could hold it into the sea, but if they could move, if they could do a naval invasion, well, as powerful as the initial landings, because obviously there's follow-up forces, but powerful as initial landings and then follow up into some of these ports that they could get, they could blossom out and get a lot of forces into here. We'd be screwed. I mean, or here would also not be good. Both help. Well, okay, we have rail through here. Okay, we have rail down in here, so we can move rail forces pretty quick. So that's the response is the rail forces that we could get here if we can to hold in here. And if they could do both of these, we would be pretty screwed because, yeah, the Turkish forces, they're spread out, holding out here. That's sort of why I've maintained some some reserves. Back at you know, home, just in case things were to have gone bad. But if they could, you know, really push into here, we would be needing to get forces there. I don't know how much we can rail down, you know, into any of these places, so we have to get them to ports, across the ports to land, and especially if they had gotten Cairo and whatnot before we could really secure them. Yeah, you know, they could open up a whole front, and then now, yeah, we got the forces we would be sending there, but they would be able to be established, have good American and British divisions holding strongly. Then, because we'd have to divert some of our forces since they're still holding Gibraltar, land somewhere, you know, somewhere here. Don't have to land way out here. They can land, you know, in here maybe. So we have to hold a lot of these places. But with a force heavy, strong down there that we're moving, they could probably fight here, secure this, and, you know, excuse me, just ate. Yeah, it could be a mess, especially if, you know, the U.S. can pump out enough forces. It could be a mess, though, limiting here, and especially since we were able to, you know, counter it with, you know, top-rated, ready-to-go forces. We're building a lot of our support units, which we needed. One of these nations we thought were, did we already deploy them? Like Romania or something that, a lot of forces. Well, okay. So we have those deployed. Now building, okay, we have a huge stockpile as Germany. Okay. we're getting huge stockpiles. So yep, we'll purchase an armored core. Just because we need to be able to spread out our forces. And yeah, so that's in August, January of next year is the Armored Corps. August 17th for the 2 corps, infantry corps, even though the one says motorized. How is Italy doing for? Okay, its stockpile is now huge too. So yeah, for the future invasion of Britain, let's do another Folgore, or Lightning Corps, paratroopers. Yeah, another HQ could be cool. Kind of feel like I'm just have unlimited resources, which of course these are pretty big resources. Yeah, they're very hungry. Yep, Hungarian large infantry corps will be useful. They need more Romania. Tactical and an air superiority. And it's going to use up a lot of my points, and I don't think I'm going to produce any more this turn. See how things go. But 2 more infantry corps. Partly I'm thinking, like what happened down here, what we could envision. Up here, though, I think they were ready to, presumably to embark more units and send them over. So we've got a lot of air units still, yeah. Another Flieger Corps. We've got a lot of air units around. Air superiority. Okay, and I know it's going to take a while, and quite honestly, part of whether it's, you want to call it laziness or just the idea that no, we had enough to invade Britain, I thought, in whatever production time, as we can see, like these, December 43 for these Flieger Corps are calling it hunting versus the bombers in November, but take a while to build, and thought we would be over by that point. Is sort of why I hadn't been looking at doing much of that, as well as, of course, let's look at supply here. Okay, so all of these forces are at least in some decent level of supply. And there's going to be some partisan outbreaks around. Okay. I don't think we need you there, so let's march you down to there. You can come to here. I know we're out of Rail movement. We'll keep you along the railways. Well, I am basically dying to see what happens now. Yeah, sure enough. Okay, our area is responding to some of their operations and put ashore fairly effective. You need force down there. They're trying to battle their way ashore. Push the Italians back. Armored Corps. Soviets are pushing from that side. Coordinate two front attack. Okay, well, let's take a look. Well, whether this was a feint or an attempt to land in the flank by getting these forces up here, looks like that's gotten called off. Whether this was a feint or, which is what they tried to push into the German high command, and the real attack was going to come over here. Whether this was a feint and the real attack was going to be down here by the Americans or what, I am not sure. But we definitely see a relatively strong American landing. No, we can't. They're sort of technically, looks like they're holding the beach. I want to go take the beach. Okay, well. So they pushed the Italian Corps back. Heard it's, pennies held out because if you notice, they were attacking there. They got ashore here. Well, okay. That's all going to have to wait for next episode of WarPlan, and I hope you, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Like I've said a million times, it feels like to me. Comment, share. Oh boy, sharing would be a hero's job. Thank you so much. See you next time.